Hi everybody, Bob with Knivetown here. We're going to take a look tonight at a Tops knife. This is the Tops B.O.B knife, and I must say, when I first heard about this knife, I was really taken aback. I was flattered and deeply humbled, so I really appreciate it. But seriously though, this knife, the B.O.B knife, is the Brothers of Bushcraft, is what it stands for. But if it's going to be a namesake, hey, I'll take it. This is an excellent knife. It comes with the certificate of authenticity and, of course, the Tops lifetime warranty. The knife does have a Kydex sheath, which is as rugged as the day is long. It does have a G-clip here, which will fit your webbing or your gear. And it does rotate. It rotates only one direction, so you got to be careful on that. But it is an excellent, tough duty sheath. It also comes with an onboard flint here in its own holster, which is nice. And then attached to that is a survival whistle, which I've talked about before. This whistle that Tops puts out is a high-pitched, very shrill whistle that can be heard for long distances. So it's a very great, good whistle to have. Flat, compact, you can see that there. Light, that's a great tool to have. Just talking about the sheath, the knife is drawn by just using thumb force like this and pulling forward like that. It does have a pinch here, which keeps the knife in with friction. So as you put the knife in, there you go. You know it's in there. And keeping that quiet. There you go. It doesn't shake, it doesn't rattle, it doesn't make a noise in the sheath. The sheath is molded to the blade, as you can see. It does have tie downs here, 2 down here, and then there's 4 along here, although 2 of them are taken up with the flint holster, which you can remove if you want. I mean, I don't know why you would. I think it's a great addition to have on a survival knife. But if you don't want that, if you're carrying one separately and you want those holes for something else, you can do that. You can take those apart. It is a ferro flint with there you can see the magnesium and ferro. So it's a great fire starter. So that's an excellent thing to have as well on a survival knife. The knife itself, there you go. That is a 4.5-inch blade made of 1095 high carbon steel at a 56 to 58 Rockwell hardness. The thickness is 3/16 of an inch. So that's a little bit different than the 1/4 inch that we're accustomed to. But for this length of blade, I think that's right. This is a 4.5-inch blade, so that's a little bit more compact than some of the other Tops knives that have that 1/4 inch blade. So I think 3/16 is about right. There's the logoing on it there. Overall, it's a 10-inch knife. We did talk about the survival whistle. It also does have the, on both sides, it does have the divot there for your drill hole. If you're making a fire, if you've lost your fire starter flint, I guess, then and you need to use the bow drill system, then you've got that, so that can be the cap to it, as you know. It also has a lanyard hole with a collar, which I like very much. And as far as the flint striker goes, there is a piece down here, right there on the pommel, that does function as the flint striker. So as you're going to use it, rather than using your blade, which would possibly damage your blade, you don't want to do that. You've got that cutout there, which is specifically designed for striking the flint. So that's a great addition there. It was field tested in Canada, in the outdoors, in the wilderness there, so it's seen the duty. And this blade here. Now let's take a close look at that, because that's something special. Take a closer look there. There you can see all the logoing, and of course it does have the typical the traction coating. Now it's not black like it often is on the Tops knives. It's a sort of a gold or bronze color here, but it does function in the same way as the black traction coating. Now this edge here is a modified Scandinavian edge, which basically means that, you know, there's really not a secondary bevel. I mean, it's just ground down to a zero edge. And I can tell you that this blade is among some of the sharpest. This is one of the sharpest Tops knives that I've seen yet. You can see that there. Does have micarta scales. And there's your drill pivot, collar there. Pommel for pounding. Pommel for flint striking. Drill divot there. It does use 3 30-seconds Allen wrench, just FYI. It's got jimping on the top, like we typically see, and it's good jimping. You can see that's pretty well raised, and that does grip your thumb quite well. Good belly, good all-use type of a blade shape. If you need a good sturdy knife, just a good handy sturdy knife, this is it. I mean, this is just a great knife. Really like the looks of it. The feel of it in the hand is solid. You know, it can be held in any variety of ways. I know that a number of you are going to ask about batoning. So yes, you can baton with it. Yes, you can. Obviously, maybe not as much as with a longer knife, but yes, you certainly can process wood with this knife. The micarta handle is going to give you long use. It's got a divot there and there for different holds, like this. Great knife, I really like it. Comes with the Kydex sheath, the flint, and the survival whistle. There you go. All right, well, thanks a lot. I'll see you again.